Hi, it's Terry Joe, and I'm doing my January newsletter 2023, and I wanted to tell you about my Akashic Record reading experience that happened on January 10th, just because it's too much to write about. So hopefully I can keep this video short. I was really having a hard time being in Mexico. I went on the 29th of December and arrived feeling sick and then fell and hit my head on the 1st of January and worried I had a concussion. So went to the ER and everything was fine. I had a CAT scan. So all that was good, but I was still left feeling very not myself, is the way I could describe it. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't energized. I wasn't inspired. Feeling a bit melancholy and blue, and I didn't really know why. I knew I had worries about money and just the fact that I hadn't worked for much of December, and then I was taking off these days in Mexico. So there was just a lot heavy on my heart, and I couldn't shake it. I tried doing meditation, and I was just, my monkey mind was going just crazy. And so I reached out to my friend Sawara, who does Akashic Record readings, just because I couldn't think of anything else that could possibly help me through this. Not talking to people wasn't helping. I didn't want to write about it. I tried, I could have done my higher self counselings, but I just didn't want to do any of it. And so I was so fortunate that she was able to fit me in, and she gave me a reading, and it was amazing. And I just wanted to share a little bit about it. There were two main parts in it. The first, because I asked, what's going on with me right now? Why am I feeling so uninspired and blocked? And so she talked to me about power imaging, which is something that she said I've been doing this lifetime and also in the last lifetime, where basically I'm like a mirror to people, and I help them see their light and their goodness, and I inspire them through looking in the mirror at themselves. Like I hold the mirror up, which sounds lovely, but she said I basically use it as a way to hide my own light and not grow in my own light, like expand in that, where I'm just basically helping others see their light and not knowing my own, not embodying and feeling my own. And that really resonated with me. So we did some practice around that to cut the energy around it and stop doing that kind of trick with mirrors, which was very helpful. But then she went into a past life of mine that I immediately knew was true, where I was a little girl and I was in a very, very strict religious order. And it was very critical and condemning and chastising. God was, of course, to be feared, and humans were despicable, and there was nothing that I could do to ever be good enough or pure enough or holy enough. And I wasn't allowed to enjoy anything. I wasn't allowed to have abundance. I wasn't allowed to have pleasure. And I just took all of that in as truth and reality. And it tied so much into what I was feeling when I was in Yalapa, basically feeling like I shouldn't be on vacation. Like I shouldn't be relaxing. I shouldn't be enjoying this. I definitely shouldn't be spending money. And it was very limiting, this whole perspective. And it was deep, it was unconscious. So when we talked about that life, we did a process where I went back to that lifetime and I embraced the little me that took all those beliefs in, and I told her the truth that was all lies and it wasn't true, and life was to be enjoyed, and God loved me just the way I am, and my soul guides were there, and in the Akashic Records, your whole team of angels is there, and she's like, they love you so much, and they're here with you. But part of the work was me going to rescue that little girl, to tell her that she was good and beautiful and holy just as she was, and she didn't have to do it right, and she didn't have to do it perfect. She didn't have to suffer to prove anything. And I can tell you, like, after that session, everything shifted. Now, this was about 11 days into my 17-day vacation, but I didn't care. I was so grateful to feel the liberation that I felt after doing that session. So I'm super grateful to my friend Sawara Lee, who's an amazing, amazing Akashic Record reader, and just to my own soul, and to that little girl that went through that lifetime, and to the practices that we did to release that, to keep the lessons and the wisdom and the learnings from the time, but to let go of all the beliefs and all of the patterns and all the behaviors that were tied into that unconscious and conscious lifetime. And so I just wanted to share that with you. I highly recommend that you get Akashic Record readings from someone you trust. Sawara is my inspirational soul of the month, so her information is below in the newsletter, and I hope your new year has started off well. I'm happy to be back home in Palm Desert, and I look forward to a beautiful, blessed year, and I hope the same for you. Bye.